50 years ago, Dr. King launched on this day the Poor People's Campaign after going to Mississippi. He said he wanted to show America, put a face on poverty by bringing poor folks to the Mall on Washington and having them stay as long as possible. He never was able to see that through, of course, because he was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. Well, the Reverend Dr. William Barber and others are picking up the mantle as we will focus on the 50th anniversary of the Poor People Campaign. And tonight, Howard Theater in Washington, D.C., there will be a concert launching the new Poor People's Campaign, a national call for a moral revival. Joining us right now is Gina Belafonte. She, of course, is co-director of Sankofa.org, of course, an organization she co-founded along with her father, the great activist entertainer Harry Belafonte. This has been something that Dr. Barber, he's been traveling around the country with repairs of the breach, and they've been, I'm gonna text message deal with him, and the mobilizing and the organizing they've been doing has been amazing, and not just with black folks, but white folks in Kansas, and in Idaho, in North Carolina, all around the country, trying to make it clear that this is still a moral issue in America.
That's right, that's right. And what I would like to also highlight is that along with him has been Dr. Reverend Liz Theo Harris from the Cairo Center, who is his co-chair of the campaign. I think it's important that while Dr. Barber is taking a lead in this, and we're so grateful for his platform and his commitment, he shares that with all of us who are in this struggle together. And the Cairo Center has been up front and center with repairers of the breach and Moral Mondays, supporting this effort, going north, south, east, and west. The people who have come forward to participate regionally has been extraordinary, and I'm very excited to be a part of this movement.
And so tonight's kickoff concert, who's performing today?
Ooh, Aloe Black, Sweet Honey in the Rock, Jasiri X, Maxwell. We have Yara Allen, who has been working with the campaign, traveling with the campaign as the theomusicologist, which is really, really central to a lot of the movement work that we do. We make sure that in our organizing structures that we bring front and center the music that helps bring us through and pushes us through. One of the things we have been doing, though, at Sankofa.org is using the power of the cultural platform to shine a light on the messages of not only the Poor People's Campaign, but other issues as well. And most recently, we have released a great short film with the directing team Bush Renz that stars Jesse Williams and V. Boseman called Verses. And we have an album that Sankofa is dropping later this year, and we're so excited about it. It's called Broken Windows. Mr. B is the executive producer on that, and he named the album Broken Windows. What do
you think that this initiative, the impact it will have on local, state, and national elections next year? Because, I mean, you're mobilizing and organizing around the issues, but obviously you also want folks to use their voting power to impact those issues.
Absolutely. Well, I think that the more we can go into communities and show that this is not a racial issue, but an equity issue, that people need to come together and need to put into power those who can represent the voices of disenfranchised people. People need to come out and vote for the different members of their communities that will come forward to represent them and speak for them. And currently, you know, I think that this coordinating effort and organizing effort is drawing out more young people and more people who have been sort of more sitting back and realizing how they need to participate far more critically in the democracy. And also, I think there's a lot of civics that we're able to help people understand more clearly about how the community needs to take a leading role in this effort.
So Nina Simone says, how can you be an artist and not reflect the times? And so it's really impactful to see some artists like Maxwell, more mainstream, standing up, you know, for the Poor People's Campaign. But as it relates to, and I don't want to call it a stall, but maybe some of the slowdown that occurred, or speed bumps in the first Poor People's Campaign, what were some of them, and how should we be aware of them now to make sure that it doesn't happen this time around?
Well, I think one of the main things is that we decentralize the leadership. I think that many people rely on one single figure to help lead us and show us the way and give us our speaking and talking points and to help us organize. And I think what's so beautiful about this is that I think it's the people that are coming forward. It's all the different regions with their steering committees that are coming forward to take a stand and to mobilize. And so, again, while we have co-chairs, we have Reverend Dr. Barbara and we have Reverend Liz Theo Harris, I think we're looking to that leadership to decentralize it so that we can all have a stake in this movement.
Also, I think people also have to understand history. The reality is, from the moment the Poor People's Campaign was launched, J. Edgar Hoover
That's right.
Went about his business to actually shut it down. In fact, they infiltrated the camp. They actually spread lies. And if you read Nick Cott's book, Judgment Days, he also details this. And so one of the reasons they struggled with resources and with people is because literally they were spreading lies in each city, and so many people did not even want to join with the Poor People's Campaign. Also, April 4th, 1967, Riverside Church, Dr. King gave his Beyond Vietnam speech. He had black folks who were not supportive of that, and so in the final year of his life, he literally was fighting that. They pulled resources. They put, in terms of him speaking, he was fighting people within SCLC, and so the Poor People's Campaign was deemed a failure, not just because Dr. King was assassinated,
Right.
because literally the FBI said, we are going to shut this down. And so, I mean, so that was the real crust of what happened there, and so that's a perspective there.
I also just want to add, though, I think it's really, really important that our media, so I'm so grateful for this platform and for you, Roland, and this is not just a plug, I'm really serious. It's important for our media to tell the truth of our history.
Yeah.
So many of us have been misled in our history books about what really goes down and what's happening, and I think in this climate particularly, it's important for all of you and all of us to make sure that the real herstories and histories are being brought forward.
Right, which is why our platforms have to have these shows, and not just do entertainment, and where we're laughing and joking all day. One more question, then I got to go to a break.
Well, I guess what's the best way millennials can get involved with you guys?
Oh, you know, that's an interesting question. Obviously, follow us on our social media. Stay in contact with what we're doing. Please bring forward your ideas and your strategies and your organizing power. Please educate your own constituency and network, and you know, stay tuned with us and help support what we're doing, because it is your campaign just as much as it is ours.
All right, then. Gina, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Again, what time tonight?
Oh, 7 o'clock, doors open at 6:30.
Will it be live streamed?
It will, Ben & Jerry's, as well as Repairers of the Breach.
Okay, all right, we appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, thank you.
All right,
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no.
That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
He
Unfiltered.
wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.